Hey guys, I'm Alexei, welcome to my channel. Even though in my last video I talked about probably the most trivial thing in Python, today I wanted to show how to make a program that displays easom function graph. First of all, we need to import the modules that will help us display our function. The first one is matplotlib, which is a built-in module. We're gonna only need pyplot, which is a collection of functions that make matplotlib work like MATLAB. Let's import it with matplotlib pyplot is plt. Then we need to import numpy to get the pi number, exponent, sinus, cosine, and some other things. Let's do it also. Alright. Firstly, we need to write a function, easom function in my case. To do that, let's create a function called f with arguments x and y, and this function will return our function. I'll just copy paste easom function as I don't want to lose time on writing it. Next thing we're going to do is create an array of points for x and y axis. To do that, we need a range which in this case is going to be a global domain of the function we want to display. For easom function, it's from -100 to 100 for x and for y. NumPy linspace function will help us with this, so let's write x equals np linspace -100 100, and let's do the same for y. The next step is creating a matrix with the range of axis values for x and y. To do that, we'll call numpy meshgrid function, np meshgrid, which takes x and y as an argument. And the final thing is to plot a function. We'll create a variable for our function with x and y values. Then we need to create a three-dimensional axis that we are going to put our function graph in. We're going to create a variable called fig, which means figure. Plt figure fig size. Fig size is just the size of our figure. It doesn't really matter what you type in this. For example, 8 and 6 will be enough. And x, which is going to be our axis. Plt axis projection. That will make our figure 3D, this optional argument. And finally, to plot the function, we'll use x plot surface, which takes our x value as an argument, also our y value, our function, an optional argument called cmap, which is just a type of visualizing. It doesn't really matter. For example, it's going to be rainbow. And alpha. For example, 0.3. It's just how thin you want your lines to be. It doesn't really matter. Let's run the code and see what it does. So that's it. It's an easom function. If you want to rotate the graph, just use view init function. For example, x view init function. For example, with values 1635. And there it is, another angle of our graph. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and goodbye.